When we see Paul George hoop, it doesn't make sense how someone could play the game so graceful, elegant, smooth, and effortless, but once he actually breaks down how he works out, it all begins to make some sense.
First, like, it's a progression, right? I'll do A, get to A, pull up, whatever. Then I'll get to an AB. What's the counter off of that?
Mm-hmm.
Then I'll get to an ABC. It'll start with one move. By the time we finish, I done like 5-6 moves to get to my shot.
That made some sense, but what does it even look like, and how do you organize it so you can get in-game results? That's what we're gonna break down in today's video. Now, out the gate, we got some stationary 2-ball dribbling, and pay attention to the sequence, the pattern that Paul George is using. You're gonna see him do a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tween, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tween, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tween. And after they do the tweens, they're gonna move on to a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 back, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 back. But look at Paul George's frame. You see that he's low, also his feet are wide. And this is what's gonna allow him to work out in layers for what they're gonna be doing next. Now, just like we see in that first drill, Paul George has a wide base, his frame is low, but this time, he's working on the off-arm swipe while maintaining a strong pound in the dominant arm, so that you do not get the ball stripped anytime you're dribbling against pressure. And after he does the left side, he's also going to do the right side. Now this is the third layer. We see the wide base once again. We see the low frame once again. We're going to see the off-arm swipe again, but watch what Paul George does with his feet. This time, he's going to swipe and step. So if a defender reaches and he wants to attack the rim, he could counteract their momentum and get himself downhill. And now he's also going to do it on the left side. Now on this fourth layer, they're going to apply it to an in-game scenario by having Paul George do the off-arm swipe, the forward step, and now also seeing a help defender that's going to step in, so he's going to stop his drive entirely. And so now mentally, he's getting the reps in for once he's in a game, he doesn't have a bad habit of attacking gaps that he can't get into. Remember that second layer with the off-arm swipe and no step? This is where it's a real game scenario, where you have that wide base, you're staying low, looking over your shoulder, trying to run a play, active off-arm, so a defender can't pressure you up, but you're not trying to attack your defender and get to the rim. You just want to run the play. If you want to get a smooth jumper, this form shooting drill is going to help you a lot. Notice how when P gets down to a shot, he's getting way lower than he would do on a real shot in a real game, because now when he goes up, he's going through a full range, so once he does what he's accustomed to doing, it's going to be a lot easier. After the form shooting, PG gets into some jump shooting, and he's right back again with the wide base, this time going into his shooting base and straight up into his shot. First layer, knocks it down. Now on the second one, pay attention. He hops from the wide base 90 degrees over his left shoulder, gets back squared into his shooting base, and now goes up into his shot, knocks it down. And if you're going to do this in a workout, you don't need too many reps, maybe about 2 to 3, 4, and then move on to the next one, like you're about to see here. Now on this third layer, they're doing a 180 degree hop. And so now it's just getting more and more difficult to find your balance, but they're all getting right back into that shooting base. And now he gets up into a shot. Now on this fourth layer, they're now moving to the 3-point line, no longer in the mid-range. And he's right back 180 degrees, catching, turning onto one foot, and now it's going to be a dribble pull-up to that right side. And now after the dribble pull-up that PG is going to do, AJ is going to do, they're going to move on briefly and get on to the next side, which is a turn onto the other leg, rip through to the right side, dribble pull up to the right elbow. On this fifth layer now, PG is going to catch, turn over his right shoulder, land on his right foot, and now step back to his left and get up into a shot. That's the fifth layer for the series. Now on this sixth, P is going to catch, now he's going to turn over his left, land on his left, and now sidestep to his right side, get up into his shot. And we just seen right there, PG add 6 layers to one thing. This is where we see everything PG has worked on thus far come into a real game scenario. So now he's operating off the left wing, attacks, off-arm swipe like we see in the ball handling, attacking his defender downhill, gets into the middle, sees the help, stops the drive, escapes the dribble back out. And now a defender closes out, off arm swipe once again. And once he gets into the middle, dead dribble, sees the help to the right side, sidesteps instead of getting down to the paint, shot. First layer. This time, off arm swipe once again to get into the middle, cuts off his drive, sees the help on the right, escapes the dribble out, same thing like he did last time, off arm swipe. And now he gets into the middle, dead dribble again, but add another layer, hezzy that on the side step, and lays that with the left. Second layer. This time once again, let's get to the third one. Attacks the middle of the floor, sees the help, escapes that dribble out, gets into a quick tween to that left side. Instead of attacking to that right side, hits him with a low counter, step back to that left. Everything you do on one side, you gotta do on the other. First layer for PG. Cuts his drive short, sees that help on the left side, escapes that dribble out, and then gets into that little hip swivel, dribble pull up, knockdown. With the second layer, listen to PG and his trainer dash. Same thing like we've seen before, cuts that dribble off to that middle, and now gets into his attack. But watch. Listen. Listen.
That's really based off where he is defensively, right? Like,
great trainer right there. Because instead of telling him to do X, Y, or Z, he told him, read your defender and allow your defender to dictate the move you make next. So with this third layer now, PG is able to find his rhythm. Attacking to that middle, he gets to his stop, escape dribble, sees the help, hip swivel, dead dribble with the left, like he did on the right side with his right. And now gets into a step back, boom, midi, bucket. On this third, maybe fourth layer, watch PG's angles on his attack. Same thing, he attacks to the middle, sees the help, and before he goes, he gets free throw line extended and then gets back into his attack. But a help defender might be there to influence his drive, and his angles might not be that good in the real game. So the next time he goes into this attack, when he redoes this, he's going to get right back to that middle. Of course, stop the drive, see the help, and he gets further down on that wing. And when he goes, he's not nearly as close to the help defender that may pinch in from that middle. And now he could get into that drag. But watch what not PG does, but watch his trainer, right? Watch his trainer. And let me speed this up and listen as well. Listen as well. I'm going to go back. Listen. You see, Dash is telling him, don't bring that ball straight up your line, right? Don't bring the ball straight up your line. Because if you notice, when PG hit this snatch, ball just goes straight up right here. And the defender with good hands, hitting that down all day, right? So he's telling him, be careful. But P's like, he ain't gonna get it.
He can't get that.
He ain't gonna get it. So the next time down, right? Next time down, of course, he already knows what's gonna happen. He already knows what moves he's gonna use. This is where a real game is unpredictable and you learn from mistakes. But here, PG just still gotta play chess and be a step ahead. Attacks to that middle, cuts off his drive, sees the help, attacks hard to that left, snatch, step back to that left side, hit him with another layer. Hit him with another layer, man. And that's how PG plays and works out so he could play as smooth as he does.